Friday at Daytona, they finally got on the track. They finally did something, and boy, they did a lot. They were crashing, they were spinning. Tires looked like there might be an issue here, I'm not sure. Paul Menard on the pole for Saturday night's 8 p.m. shootout. Had a tire go down, hit the wall, took out Scott Speed. Scott Speed's, of course, rookie here, doing his first Daytona race along with Joey Logano. Boy, those two guys ought to be exciting to watch. I'm not sure I would have wanted to make one of these things my first race. And then Jeff Burton blew an engine, so Richard Childress had to look at all the engines, Kevin Harvick's engine, Casey Mears' engine, to see what the problem was there. Burton said he's not worried about it. Harvick said he's not worried about it. He said that they came with 2 engine packages for the shootout. One was like, hey, let's go for the win, let's blow everybody away. Harvick said, hey, we needed some horsepower down here because last year down here we didn't have anything. So they're going to go back to the conservative setup, which means that they probably won't run nearly as strong as they were today. But then the engines will probably last the 75 laps, 187 miles that they've got for the shootout. In practice tonight, this evening, Jimmie Johnson and Kyle Busch were fast. They were the fastest, consistent guys overall. But me, I'm picking Dale Jr. Dale Earnhardt Jr. knows how to drive this racetrack. He sees the air almost like his father used to see the air. My trifecta: Dale Earnhardt Jr., Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon. 1, 2, 3. Gordon's cars look good. I think he's going to be okay. Tony Stewart, I don't know. This is going to be a big test for him. He's been confident the entire month. We got a list of things we've got to check out here. We've got the shootout coming up. We've got the ARCA 200 coming up, and on the front row, 20-year-old girl from Daytona, now lives up in North Carolina. Alli Owen, blonde hair with a pink streak because her aunt came down with breast cancer, and so it's sort of a honor to her to wear it like that. She's on the front row. First full season in ARCA, driving for Eddie DeHunt. Eddie DeHunt's been a NASCAR spotter for years, really sharp on the eyes. He'll be up there on top telling her what to do on the last lap. And at this track, you've got to have a good spotter. She's got a good one. She's only 20, but she's shown some pretty good spunk so far. She ran 12 ARCA races last year, finished 15th at Nashville. Pretty tough track. 15th at Chicago, that's a tough track too. I think she's going to be doing okay. Might not win, looks pretty good. Toyota. And Toyota is billing this year as the year of the Alan Kulwicki. Yeah, they got the Joe Gibbs operations down, but hey, we got Jeremy Mayfield. We got a lot of guys in Toyotas. If it's the year of Alan Kulwicki, like Brian France I'm sure would love, Toyota's got a lock on that, but where is Ken Schrader? Just had dinner with one of his guys, Donnie Richardson, known Donnie for years, crew chief. He says, hey, it costs a lot of money to do that. Just don't want to spend the money. Schrader spends money on everything. He flies everywhere. He races everything they've got. He ought to be in Cup, I think. He knows how to do this sort of stuff. A lot of the other things, okay, here's something interesting. Bare bones, a bare bones budget for a Cup team this year. All 36 races and the 2 special events, just under $1 million. That's just to show up with the crew, get the tires, the engines, the whole 9 yards, just under $1 million. Last place money, last year, across the tour, a little over $2 million. Profit margin there. If you just start the race, and if you get last place money, you can make $1 million on this thing. Not being competitive, of course. A lot of guys are looking at that. We got 34 full-time major league teams. Everybody else is sort of like playing it kind of loose. We'll have to see how those things go. We've got Brad Keselowski to look at. He's driving for James Finch, and that is Rick Hendrick material there. And James Finch, from what Dale Jr. says, is going to be really good for Brad because Brad's sort of like a little uptight. He's a young kid and all that sort of stuff. And James Finch is, he rocks and rolls, man, I tell you. Him and Mark Reno, they will rock and roll. That ought to be good for the kid, I think. That ought to be good down here, too, yeah. And then we've got Richard Petty. Richard is hot, and you don't want the king hot. He's hot at NASCAR. What else is new? The boy's been hot at NASCAR on and off most of his career. But this time, he might have a legitimate gripe. The top 35, they're guaranteed into the 500, okay? That's a big deal. 4 or 5 teams just folded up. NASCAR decided last fall, okay, if the team folds up, we just slide everybody up. Richard's team that he's looking at was 37th in the points. 4 teams pulled out. He should have slid up. They told him okay. Last Saturday, Richard Childress pulled a slick one. Hey, he played by the rules and bought Bobby Ginn's number. 0-1. Got Clint Boyer, guaranteed spot in the 500. Now, they might not need these spots, but when you go to a sponsor and you make a pitch, it's nice to be able to say, I will be in the Daytona 500. And that's the report Friday night. Daytona International Speedway. Mike Mulhern, MikeMulhern.net. We'll be back tomorrow at the track to see what the shootout brings.